Sorry guys, I'm kind of doing the silent thing, so, well, at least I was doing the silent thing when I started, but my computer is restarting, so I can't see the comments, so I apologize. I kind of think my commentary isn't that great while I'm in gameplay, and I'm pretty quiet anyway, especially when things start heating up, all my brain power starts going to what's happening in the video game. So, I thought it'd be okay to reboot my computer, so unfortunately I can't see any of the messages. I apologize. And just in case I'm playing on console, so that's why. I'm streaming on Twitch, but I'm playing on console, so that's why I can't see the messages while playing. Oh, well, how does this work? You hold the PS button to go to your stream chat? It just disconnects my controller. Alright, look, Kenny, you already know I'm somewhat illiterate when it comes to the streaming stuff. One step at a time, brother. Yes, I will. switch to... Why am I spinning? Not holding anything. Is it... What? Okay, that stopped it. Alright, gonna switch to killer for a bit. Oh, so I actually have to scroll up to broadcast. And you don't have to hold it. As soon as you press it, it gives you that... Well, hold on. You do have to hold it for like 3 seconds, and then it'll give you the buttons. So I had to scroll up to broadcast, then go to comments. And if you were wondering where I've been, I was in Australia for a military exercise. So it was one of our longer exercises. Usually they don't last that long, but I was there for just under a month. So that's where I've been the entire time. Australia's pretty nice. It's like being in a weird, like, Matrix. You feel like you're in America, but you're not. And the part of Australia that I went to, um, kind of felt like Florida, like a country fried Florida. They had palm trees and everything, but instead of, squirrels and stuff, they had like wallabies and kangaroos. That's pretty much the only difference between us and Australia. I mean, we have tons of accents here. They have pretty much one universal Australian accent there, but outside of that, it's very similar. It's very nice. I mean, if you want to save up, 4,500 bucks or $6,000 for a plane ticket there. I mean, you are going pretty much across the world, so the price isn't that bad, especially for how nice the weather was. So, depending on where you go in Australia, the weather is very nice. I mean, global warming is attacking the globe, so it's currently their winter right now, and their winter, the weather was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yeah. So when I said it was like Florida, I meant it. Instead of getting eaten by gators in Florida, you're just getting eaten by crocodiles in Australia. That's pretty much the only difference. Yeah, 6 grand. It depends, If you want to fly one of those, what, Spirit Airlines with you one bag, that's a carry-on. I'm sure it'll be cheaper, but prices vary just like in the U.S. I'm sure there's prices you get it down as low as like under 3 grand at some point, but that's what the ticket prices are around now. Alright, let's go ahead and shock some folks. So my challenge is just to break some pallets. So I'm probably just gonna play Toe Tickling Doctor. Oh, got somebody. You already upstairs? Goddamn. Somebody just jumped out of a window. Hello. Excuse me, sir, what's your shoe size? Shocking. Catching up with you. How did I miss? Sir, you have the moves. And here we go. Let's break this pallet. Leon's got the moves. You wanna take me down here? Down here? Where are we going, Leon? I'm not hearing that one. Yep, somebody's over there, blowing shit up. Is that you, Leon? Disturbing my birds? You know Leon's not doing anything. He's still out there? What the fluff, boy? Your toes are the only ones I'm tickling right now. I don't like that. Let's see who's over me. Oh, it's you again. What are you doing, son? Alright, you have fun with that pallet. I'm gonna check on these guys over here. Hello, sir. Oh, Mr. Cage. How do you do? I loved you in Willy's Wonderland. Ooh, I swung right over his head. That was a bad swing. Anybody over here with you? You just get that. Yeah, good, sir. Oh, Leon wants some attention. But I need pallets. Mr. Cage, I would like you to autograph a pallet for me. Be so kind, dear sir. He just jumped down. How rude. I'm just looking for a friend. Oh, Mr. Cage, is that you? Still regressing. I haven't shocked Rebecca's toes at all, and that is unforgivable. Who's over here? Somebody over now. Hello. Rebecca! Swing and a miss, son. Oh. Rebecca! Rebecca! I need your shoe size. Oops, there you go. Jolt on that. Fearless. Put you right there where I can keep my eye on you. Who's blocking? Oh, I got too close. Very nice. Now I shall kick this. Very nice. Now I should kick these. Very nice. Rebecca? The one thing I do like about Doctor, you don't actually have to really hook people to get decent points. And I'm not really looking for points. She's running up there, he's running this way. Everybody's scattered. Don't really care. But I do need pallets, so I do need to start chasing. Seriously. Mr. Cage, is that you? Your autograph's up. Just gonna check these bushes. Tricky Nick. Somebody's in my house. Somebody's in my house. Hello. That FOV shit gets really old, especially with console players. It's not fair, bro. What the fuck did I just hit? Oh, what? It gave me shaky cam. That was weird. Oh, wait, did Paul Bryan work on that? Who's over now? I just want to tickle your toes, sir. Rebecca's in Crazy Town. Wanna give me this pallet? Thank you. That's what Mama likes. I'm a pallet eater. Give me another pallet? Let's see if they'll give me this pallet over meow. This pallet. Oh, it's already gone, Leon. Thank you. There we go. Alright. Another pallet's up. I need pallets. Jake, give me that pallet. Oh, I was backing up and I still got hit. Very nice. I just need one more pallet. Pallets anywhere else? There's a pallet back there, but Jake's gonna give it to me. Somebody up there. Somebody wants attention over there. It's probably Leon. This is... Oh, that regressed beautifully. Pallet, bro. Leon likes to throw pallets. Give me a pallet, bro. Yeah, bro. Give me that pallet. Throw it. Don't go in the house. Yeah, it's outside. Give me that pallet. Give me that pallet. Pallet, bro. Thank you. We're good. Thank you, Seth. That's for you. Alright, let's go menace some folks. Okay, so it's not Leon asking for attention. It's somebody else over there. WTF. Is it Nick Cage? I hear tiny feet. Oh, it's my feet. Tippity-tappity, tippity-tappity. Kick something. Who was that? You still running around hurt, bro? Nobody wants to rub your shoulder? You're Leon S. Kennedy. Wow, look at this. I saw that, Jake. Now you get a whoppings. You can go ahead and pick up the Leon right here. Ooh, trees. Sorry, Bush. Ooh, he got the moves, bro. And they finished it. Nice. Jake's got the moves. Maybe we can interrupt this heal that they're probably putting on him. I'm stunned over you. I hear you. I hear you. I'm not gonna say, even nobody wants to hear that. There we go. I could knock him down again. Let's do it. Oh, just out of reach. Nick Cage just up that. It's mine. Hello, Rebecca. Is that the other one? Sweet. Somebody's over here, though. I shouldn't have left. Not a great showing of Toe Tickling Doctor. I don't think I was that much of a menace. Oh, they're healing. Oh, he was behind me. So they probably just think I'm a new killer or something like that. Why is Rebecca staying behind? See, this is the stuff that I don't care for. There we go, now she's out. Because I do have distressing. So, not a great showing of Toe Tickling Doctor. I probably should have not have picked up Rebecca. Because I didn't show that the players could have had a little bit more fun versus just Jin rushing. So not great. Yeah, so you get gold as soon as you play that way with Doctor. You get gold for being a menace, but I probably should have just knocked people down. Let them heal them, knock them down again. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oops, didn't mean to do that either. You could still show that you're doing a challenge, especially with that Leon, as I was just whacking the pallet. So usually you're signaling to them that you want pallet drops, and I was just following around kicking pallets, and that usually signals, hey, this person's doing a challenge. If you don't try to pick up and stuff like that, that also kind of signals to them. Or if you do, you still need to signal to each of them, or maybe 2 or 3, that you're kind of wacky, and then they'll ease up on the gens. So you can communicate to survivors that way. It just depends on how you play. I played a little bit too hard, and I don't think they understood what was happening. And that's my fault. So I'm going to do another challenge, and I'm going to see if in this challenge I can communicate that to them. Because I like playing Fun Doctor. It's an easy way to get emblem points or not lose. Get a -1 by being killer, but play fun. It's very hard to play fun as killer because you get that negative MMR and nobody likes negatives. It just mentally, just seeing that on the screen puts you in a bad place. Some people say they don't care, but still seeing a negative is going to affect you at some degree. I really try not to care about MMR because I'm garbage anyway, so. But you saw I played as Toe Tickling Doctor, played poorly as both an actual killer and as Toe Tickling Doctor, and still got a 0 in MMR because all you have to do is shock the shit out of people. And a lot of times when you communicate to survivors that I'm just here to tickle your toes, they'll let you do it. They'll chill out. In fact, my earlier game, I played up against a hag who was playing a fun killer. She just ran after pretty much 1 or 2 people, and I think she was doing this pallet challenge right here. Let me see if I can find one. Is this one? Damage 10 generators. Okay, I can do that. I'm going to play a fun Toe Tickling Doctor while damaging generators. Let's go. Don't really need Call of Brine in this. I might need Tinkerer. That should slow the game up so I can see which ones, because they're going to try to gen rush me right out the gate, because it takes a while for a killer to communicate to survivors, because their natural, per the game, natural response is to run away from you. And in Fantastic, I have a TTV as a survivor. I hope they're live right now to see this wacky gameplay. Usually with TTVs, they come with a group, so they should be in a SWIF. What is this TTV wearing? Who designed that top? Are those skinny jeans? Oh, it's a Felix. It was a Victoria. I would have been like, how did he get his hands on that from the medieval era? But okay. So these guys probably, I hope it is a Swift. That's always fun. Whenever generator 70%. Alright. So I hope they're live and I hope they're with a Swift. Because a lot of times Swifts, I think they are in a Swift because I have somebody who's like, what is that, a 16 or higher? Usually they're with a Swift. Usually if I get a P100, they're in a Swift with somebody with at a lower grade. Or devotion, I should call it. So let's throw a toe-tickling doctor at a TTV, and all I have to do is damage 10 generators. Since I have Jolt, if I drop anybody, Jolt should damage the generator, and then I could just run around kicking their gens. Or give somebody, wander behind somebody, they work on a gen, I kick it, they work on it, I kick it, they work on it, I kick it. And that's how you can communicate to survivors that you're not really after them. But survivors start figuring stuff out, because I'm going to demonstrate that I'm a doctor when they don't see people getting injured or hooked. After a while, you start questioning things. You start thinking maybe it's a trapper setting down traps, a hag setting down traps, or a stealth killer. Jason, not Jason. That would be great. But they already have too many stabbies. Either a Ghostface or a Myers. So this works. So we're going to demonstrate that we're a doctor. Right off the bat. Found somebody. We're not going to hit her. We're just going to run after her. And I lost her already. She's on a gen. See, I'm communicating them. I want them. Stop that! Work on the gen! Damn it! She blows this up again, I'm gonna whack her. I'm gonna kick the gen. Okay, now I have Claudette. So now I'm gonna... Actually, I'm just gonna hook Claudette. So now I'm gonna kick the gen. Boom. Now I'm gonna communicate to them to work on the gen. She's pointing at the gen. I'm gonna kick the gen. I'm gonna whack her. And then I'm gonna go away. So I'm gonna ease up off them. Go find the other two. Because those two kind of know what I'm up to now. I do have a hook, so they're gonna be weirded out. What is this outfit, Felix? I need... Where are you? So now I'm gonna chase him around. So I need him to... Oh, he's just a pallet dropper. Where were you from my last chapter? Your skinny jeans. So I am gonna need him to... Okay, so he's still running this way. Okay, so he's running. I'm gonna whack this. He's still looking back, which he's not. He's gone. Okay, there he is. So he's gonna start working on that. I need him to get some progress done. Who's over there? Blowing up my gens, dude. Now we need to keep shocking Fuchs. What? He must have calm spirit. Nice. And now I'm gonna kick his gen. Thank you. So now I'm going to damage his gen. There. Now she wants something. What you want? Uh-huh. Tried to wonk it. Now you get a wonkings for that. Who's over here? Somebody on this gen? No. Somebody's on this one, though. I'm gonna wonk this one. No? No. Okay. Gen, please. Now I'm gonna kick it. Now I kick it. Oh, now I can't kick it. Kick it. Now kick it. Now I kick it. Now I kick it. And now I kick it. And now I kick it. And I'm done. There we go. All done. Wired. Cool. There we go. Now I need you to get crazy for me. And... You ain't crazy yet? How many shots does it take? There we go, now he's in Crazyville. Who else? Who needs to go? Who needs a train ticket to Crazyville? Trying to drop that on me again? Do it! Knock that off. You need a train ticket to Crazyville. Did you just teabag? There we go. I do want them to start healing. Where are you taking me? There we go. Give her a womp. Because I need some hooks. If you chase as killer too long without a hit or a hook, it does look bad upon you. We're just gonna hook some folks. Is it Tight Pants that has a TTB? Oh, they run off. You didn't even stay to heal your buddies. Heal your buddies. Heal your buddies. Do that. Shoulder rubs all around. You should rub those shoulders. There we go. Good job. He's in here working diligently. Let's fuck that up. What? You in my basement, boy? Being weird? I'm gonna hook you in the basement then. Put you in the basement. Since you like being here so much. There you go. They're already down there to go get him. Claudette! right in front of the thing, man. Does she have made for this? Because I'm never going to catch up with her at this rate. That was a pink tractor. That wasn't a pink Claudette. That's a hurt Fang Min. We just want to injure the Claudette. We're not gonna hook again. She swooped-de-dooped me. Claudette's got those wiggles, bro. That one's already fake. Over here. Is it Fang Min? Get healthy. Put you back in Crazy Town. Grazie mille. Over here. We need to find... Oh. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. I should have known better. Oh, everybody got healed up except... What? That was fast. Adrenaline? Who's over here? Somebody's fingering my stuff. Is he waiting in the doorway? Let's go shop them at the store. I didn't hook the TTB. None of that. She's good. Ready? Set. Go! And the TTB is off. He really doesn't want his hook. Will the Fang Min take his hook? She will. Wait. The loser gets hooked. That's in the rules, girl. Will I even make it to this hook? Oh, wait. He's still here. Oh, he left. Lame. That wasn't supposed to happen. I could have got 2 more hooks. Hello. And there you go. Everybody had fun. She lost a race, so she got hooked. And she's the one that wanted the race. She started it. So it's not my fault. So look at that. 0 kills. +1 grade progress. Chaser. Iridescent. Gold. Gatekeeper. So, just being a menace. I wasn't very malicious, which was kind of the point of being a tickling doctor, because I let them heal, but I also hooked them, so that helps. So I'm kind of okay with it. So maybe if I hooked a few more people, but not killed them, malicious would have been a silver. And devout. And I wasn't going to murder anybody, so that was always going to be a bronze. So yeah, a few more hooks, but again, you want to be a fun doctor or a fun killer, so you got to be careful with that. So only a 1K. I think everybody had fun, especially that TTV. I can imagine what they're saying right now. So let me go ahead and hop back on stream since my computer has rebooted. And that's how you play a fun killer. Maybe without the kill. It probably would have been a little bit more fun for them without killing somebody. But I think I got my point across. And those were tea bags of fun, not tea bags of being a douche. So those are the good tea bags. You got good and bad tea bags. Claudette didn't want to race clearly, so let's see. I have not watched Stranger Things, strangely enough. Sometimes when a show is really popular, I will not watch it. I don't know why I do that. I just do. I'm aware of it and I'm aware of the plot for the most part, but I have never watched a single episode of Stranger Things. Sorry, Kenny. There we go. All right. I have like 5 days left to knock out these challenges. What? So the easy way to get to iridescent. So I see I have a new viewer. I don't know how long that viewer's been here. They might have come from the other TTV that I played up against. And I hope I communicated that I was playing a fun killer. At least that's the attempt that I was making. I think it's very important to play a fun killer every once in a while. Because a lot of these killers are super sweaty. I play games to relax. If this game is stressing you out, then that you need to stop playing. There are times of the day where people aren't this sweaty. And so throwing a fun killer, especially when it's at 100%, there's a lot of killers out there. So it's important to show survivors, hey, relax, it ain't that serious. Being a fun killer every once in a while never harm nobody. So that's what I'm about. Alright, my computer has rebooted. Fantastic. I, I'm, I'm aware of Stranger Things. I see that it's like got this huge following, and usually that means it's not 100% garbage. I've also never seen an episode of Riverdale, even though I'm from Maryland. I'm from DC, Maryland area, the DMV. And there's a town called Riverdale in Maryland. But there's also a few other towns called Riverdale. But I believe Riverdale, the show with humans, live action, whatever you want to call it, is based off of the comic book Archie, which was from, I believe the setting for that was Riverdale, Maryland. Even though I'm from there, I've never watched a show. So again, I just have this mental block against watching popular shows. Maybe. I've never given it a chance. And since a lot of the plot has been spoiled for me, it's just like, what's the point? And I forget what Stranger Things is even being streamed on. Is it Netflix? I've been thinking of reasons to give Netflix my money again. I haven't subscribed to Netflix in a long time. Okay, so that is another reason for me to get Netflix. I might get Netflix again. But I'm about to move also, so, well, no, it's tied to your internet, so it doesn't matter. Hmm. We'll see. I think a new season started, I forget what season they're on. It's been on for a long time though. Maybe like season 4 or 5 or something. Must be nice, Kenny. I wish I had time to Netflix and chill all day. Unfortunately, I got back from Australia like this week, and I would say, well, first going to Australia, again, it's a military exercise, so as soon as I got there, it was nighttime when we arrived. We put our stuff down, put our luggage down, and immediately went to sleep. The next morning, we got to work, and that's almost the same thing that happened as I returned. Uh, I got back, and as soon as I went back to work, it was a mad dash of people trying to get to me because all of the stuff that I didn't do being being home at home base. So I've been working. If anybody tells you that they don't do anything in the military, they're lying, or they're straight garbage, and nobody trusts them to handle any business because I have about 6 additional duties on top of my normal job. So if I ever say I have nothing to do at work, I'm either lying or I'm being lazy. What is that, an Oni? Oh, big Oni boy. 3 days from work, that's what I'm talking about. See, that gives me more reason to start Netflix again, because I returned from Australia from the exercise this week. I think it was like Wednesday or something like that. So I actually might start my Netflix now because I have 2 weeks of leave. So in the military, you can only carry over 60 days of leave every fiscal year. If you're over 60 days, then you lose that leave time. So you have to get down to 60 unless you have extenuating circumstances like COVID. I have days built up from COVID. So those are extenuating circumstances. I've been over 100 days of leave before. I was at TRADOC for a unit that doesn't stop because of COVID. That's how I'll explain it. Like, there are some units that stop working, and there's some units that, regardless of what's happening in the world, you will work. So I was at one of those units, so I was allowed to have over 60 days of leave. But I still need to burn leave. Like, I think I'm at 90-something days right now, so I have to burn leave. Ooh, that's pretty. What a beautiful color. In the shape of a lunchbox. Oh, I think he's below me. I hope he's below me. Am I chasing after him? Only he's downstairs? Why would anybody hold a pig head this way? This factory seems very fictitious. For an Oni, he's not getting much done. I do enjoy anime, actually. That's one of the other reasons that I'm thinking about getting Netflix. I think it's called Kakegurui. It's about a gambling high school. Got 2 stairwells staring at my booty cheeks right here, so I'm kind of nervous. He could come from anywhere. So I do enjoy anime. I don't care who judges me for it. Yeah, I was telling jokes to a koala, and he didn't. He was not amused. I have a picture of me holding a koala. I mean, that's all the reason to spend about $4 grand to go to Australia, is to hold a koala. Let me tell you. There's a man with a big stick coming at me. And I still swamped him, but he still got the hit. Fuzzy biscuits, bro. be able to give him the shoots. I don't think I'm gonna be able to give him the shoots. Oh, shucks. Shuck it, ducky. He has anger issues. He needs to talk to Ianla or something. I distract myself. Oof. That worked. That worked. I should be dead already. All this is gravy. That, bruh. I just juked you out of your shoes. That should be on like an NFL highlight right there. What just happened? What just happened? We're talking about me here. This is me. This is me. Who sings that song? Talk about niche things to enjoy. How about a Broadway show of a singer singing "This Is Me"? Bossy Biscuits, he's still on the sack. You wanna rub my... Oh, you brought him with you, you crazy cow! That's a nice way to call somebody a hessel. Actually, it's a mean way to call somebody a hessel. Now he finally caught me. No, he's not. He's not picking up. I don't know if he's just... I don't know what he's doing. Is he being a fun killer? Or is he just chasing her? Chase him away from me. That would be great. Because he has no hooks. I think he's playing fun killer too. Oh, does he just won? Is he doing the challenge too? Is he doing the pallet challenge? Huh. I've never seen a Minotaur do a pallet challenge, but this is very TikTok worthy. If only he can do some dances. He'd be a TikTok star. Oh, she's fingering some totems? I'm supposed to be doing that, actually. Oh, he is picking up. Oh, he's picking. Oh, he's clapping all the cheeks. Alright, we need a boom. Oh, he got me in the forehead. She's still down, folks. She tried it. Reassurance, thank you very much. I probably should have put my boom up. Because now it's all on her shoulders and she's over there healing. That's going to take forever. Yeah, yes. This is why I was on mute. My mind is everywhere. There's a lot of distractions. Now everything's on triple E. She's still healing over there. I guess it wasn't on Pelly. It's on Water Panda. Did he just drop it? I never knew Oni just punched the walls. That's amazing. I love that. Pelly, you might want to... Don't help him to the hook. Don't. maybe he's a fun killer. I'm about to go to stage 2, so if anybody wants to give me a hand. I'm wearing a dapper suit. Why are you watching me go to stage 2, madam? What was that? You could have done better. You're no Britney Spears. Oh, come on, bro. You gotta play again. Do you not see my gameplay? Do you not see how poorly this is going? I just need to get to a totem so I can boon it. Reassurance, thank you. Look at all this shoulder rubbing that happening above my head. For somebody who's maybe a fun killer, he is just staying on me right now. That looks like my clock's ran out. I can't believe she went. Oh, I tried to take the hit. You leave her alone, you bully. You leave her alone. Yeah, he's staying on me. You're not a fun killer at all. You're just a jerk. Look at this. He wasn't gonna let me go even if I didn't try to get in his face. Look at that. And I finally found a pretty color of an aid kit. This is what happens. I probably should have stayed on my gen. But I got my iridescent though. Whoop, whoop. That was unnecessary. Of all the opportunities for him to pick folks up, that was weird. That was a weird game. That was a hard. It's hard to read the killer when they behave that way, because that was a straight tunnel right off the hook. And come on, 3298 out of 3300. I missed it by 2 points. Yeah, I got tunneled straight off the hook. Talk about taking the game seriously. These guys came fully packed. Jesus. Brand new part? No wonder those things were flying. Fang Min's a 57. Jesus. How did I get into their game? AJ the Beast. I feel like I've seen that name before. For somebody who's supposed to be a beast, why are you tunneling people off hook? And now he's after Water Panda? Yeah. Now he's tunneling Water Panda off the hook. It's a playstyle. I'm not going to tell anybody how to play the game. It is a playstyle. I'm not mad at it. Well, I am mad at it, but it's a playstyle I don't suggest, and it's a playstyle I don't adopt. Because tunneling people off hook, unless they've done something to you, is 100% unnecessary. I've been up against a 4-man bully squad, and I've never tunneled somebody off the hook. And they let me know they were a bully squad. Trust me. There are asshole survivors are out there. But I've never done that. Oh, she got the pallet drop, but I don't think she got the blind. Oh my god. I used to be a Fang Min main before I knew what mains were when I first started playing this game. Again, I only had default characters unlocked for the most part. But then somebody mentioned that she sounds like a... She still didn't get the line. She sounds like a rubber ducky being squeezed. I can't unhear it. Or unsee it. Every time Fang Min jumps or falls or gets hit, I just see a rubber ducky getting the life squeezed out of it. It's like, what is that noise, sis? Alright, AJ the Beast, not so much of a beast. On to the next. I do love that skin, though. Why'd you have to play that poorly? If he was a fun killer, I think he would have gotten more points, actually. Although the game does punish you for heals. Because I think it punishes you more. If you hit somebody, then they get healed up. You hit them again, then they get healed up. I think you get punished even harder for allowing them to get healed in the first place. If they just stay injured, you get more points. It's very weird how this game works. But then if you chase somebody for longer than 15 seconds without hitting them, you get deducted points. The game doesn't like fun killers. Because I guess you can't program to see if they're being fun or if they're being, like, just garbage. So, I mean, as someone who plays both killer and survivor, you just gotta, as killer, you just gotta suck it up that you're gonna get deducted points if you're a fun killer. Although you can't be a fun survivor for the killer. I mean, if you just throw yourself at the killer, then you're a fun survivor for the killer, but you're screwing over 3 other teammates, so you can only play fun killer, I guess. Because the killer wants to kill you. So, how do you play fun survivor for the killer? You can only play fun killer for the survivors. I suppose that makes sense. Unless you have a 4-man swift of some sort, and you just do the duck walk for the killer, and see if they're a fun killer or not. Like, if you see a line of 4 survivors duck walking, I think that's going to signal to the killer that they're not... Whoa, talk about not being here seriously. She just vanished like a fart in the wind. Oh, and she got replaced by a Meg. This child has 4 X's in her name. Ain't nothing but trouble coming our way. Ain't that right, Jake with the mustache? And Sailor Jerry. I'm sorry, I meant to say sailors. I got tattoos on the brain. I need to design a tattoo that I need to get. So I got Sailor Jerry stuck in my head. I had no intentions of joining the Navy. First, I wanted to be a Marine, but the Marines office was closed. So then I went to the Air Force office, but I think they were taking a nap because the lights were off. And then I just wandered into an Army soldier office, and that's how I ended up in the Army. I had zero intentions of ever being in the Navy. Because I thought those sailor outfits were just, you know, stuff I saw in like Popeye cartoons. But lo and behold, those are their real outfits. They actually look like that. Dodged a bullet there. Um, the goal is joining the military was to make it. Well, actually, I had no goal. I just wandered into the office. I needed dental, to be honest with you. So I had lockjaw, and I just needed dental, and so that's why I decided to join the military. So I didn't really have a goal other than getting my wisdom teeth pulled, and that didn't even happen till like 5 or plus years in the Army. But after joining, I heard about something about being grandfathered in at 20 years. So since I joined so long ago, I'm grandfathered in with the older contract. you can retire after 20 years of service. I don't know if that still exists or not, but I'm grandfathered in with that. And after about a few years, the goal was to then make my 20 years and then retire. But I'm not going to dissuade anybody from joining the Army, but I have my reasons for wanting to leave. So I don't think I'm going to make it my full 20. I'm currently around 12, 13 years. I'm not forced to do 20. That's up to the soldier. So how the military or most branches work, you sign a contract. So your initial contract is up to you. Typically the contract lengths are sometimes, I want to say 2, but I think the shortest is 3 years. So you sign a contract for 3 or more years. You can say I'll do, I think the increments are typically 3, 5, and 6. You can sign a contract for 3, 5, or 6 years, typically. My first contract, I think, was 5. It was like 3 or 5, I forget. And after that, you re-enlist for X number of years. Same increments, 3, 5, or 6, typically. Oh, Steve, get your cheek. Oh, Jake, get your cheeks over here, bro. Stop. What are you doing? You see me, don't. I'm not the killer, Jake. I'm trying to rub your shoulders in the boom. Since this goofball's bringing him to the boom, he's probably gonna stomp it out. I like your mustache, by the way. I wanna rub your mustache. Bro, run. That's for you. No, he's gonna stamp out my boom. We only got to use it once. Oh, he's not. Is everybody playing Fun Killer? This guy's being very odd. I don't know if he's just bad or just not very serious. So where was I? So you do your initial contract, then a re-enlistment sergeant will ask you, do you want to re-enlist? Same increments, about 3, 5, or 6. And then after a certain point in time, a certain amount of years of service, your next contract will be what's called INDEF. You got him. INDEF, at that point, you're typically property of the United States government after that. It's exactly what it's called. It's called indefinite. It's an indefinite contract. But typically they will let you out after you're over 20 years. But for me, my next contract, I'm over 12 years of service, so that means my next contract will be indefinite. I don't get to control how long I'm in anymore. I either have to sign the indefinite contract to get to 20, or leave the military, or separate from active duty. And I'm going to separate from active duty. I'm not going to go indefinite. And by leaving the military is typically how most people do it. Look how fast this heal's happening. What do you mean? Shake your head at me, madam. Look how fast these heals are going. We're getting 2 heals out of this. Shaboingo. Oh, about to get 3. Hurry up. Sailor Steve. Go where the corn will protect us. We're survivors of the corn. Ooh, and I got a grade out of that. Look at that. Meg shaking her head at me. Team fully healed. Yes. I mean, any choice you make, you're gonna miss out on something. That's the trade-off with joining anything, really. Oh, he got my boon, so I'm gonna walk out because he's coming here next. Which way you going? Oh, he's on Sailor Jade, Steve. So he's running off. He had 0 heartbeat. The only thing that gave me the heads up was my boom getting stamped out. Huh. But that's the trade-off you make, joining the military. That's why you get the perks you do. You're trading your life. Ooh. Somebody's booning shit too? Oh damn. We can actually have 2 boons going. Oh, but... Oof! Swing and a miss, sir. How did you miss that? How did you miss that? I need you to run away, Meg. Don't run this way. Damn it, Meg! This is the second time you fucked me up. Of all the things she could have done, of all the shacks for her to run into, she had to run into mine. What boon is this? This is Shadow Step. Why would you put... Okay, you need to move your Shadow Step. There's no point in having Shadow Step over here. You need to put it where people are running around. Although it is a good place to lose a killer, but it's in the corner. Run all the way to it. And there's no reason to be in that area. And there goes Meg. That one's already going. Papa needs somebody to rub his shoulders. What? I do, but he's right there at it. And he hooked her at my shack gen. It looks like Steve was in there. Yeah, I know, but he just kicked it again. And he's like right there. And I think Steve was in it. Yeah, Steve's on it. So he touched it again, so we're okay. So this, because he's gonna stay in that area. Oh wait, I gotta go get Meg. What I don't want to do is take her off the hook and him put her on. Because I can wait. I don't want him... Okay, so I'm going to take her off. So what you don't want to do is give him a hook. Because as soon as you unhook her, that gives him a hook. And then he would just put Steve on this hook. Fuzzy biscuits. Where the hell was Jake? This killer got lucky with his hook placement because I believe we're not that far away from a door. And when you're close to a door, the hook placements are garbage. And he just ran into a wall. So, yeah, all 3 of us are about to be hooked. Stop putting up boons, Meg! You have 2 people on hook. What are you doing? It's not even circle of healing. There. Now I need to hurry up and get him, since he's carrying Jake. He's not going to catch me carrying Jake. Jake's fat ass. Got him on. Very nice. Oh, look at our gen, dude. Meg's just running around. We need to get away from this area. There's no point. Steve needed to let that gen go. Tap it and go. Because this will spread him a little bit thinner. If he has to deal with 2 gens. Because now this gen has enough progress. Oh my god. Why are they all dying at the shack? Spread out, my brothers. box. Okay, so I can pick him up, but the hook is like right there. Run. Okay, he's going back down. Now he's gonna come after me. Oh my god, good play. That was a really good play. I like Cold Wind, it's fine. I actually have no problem with Cold Wind. I don't blend in with the corn very well. I just wish both of them did not stay at Shack when that's clearly a hot spot. So hopefully her grunts mask my grunts, and he won't be able to find me, and I'll just bleed out. Both these hooks are gonna break, actually. He's looking hard, too. So when they die on them, he's gonna find me. So if I actually crawled to the other corner, since both the hooks would have broken, he wouldn't have been able to get to another hook. But look, he had 3 hooks near the door. When does that happen? Yeah, I just had an unfortunate place. I mean, all this corn, it is easy to lose the killer in the corn. So it depends on who you ask and what killers you get. Like a stealth killer might assist them because they can see you as long as they see some part of you. So when they're looking through the corn, as long as they see like one of your butt cheeks, they don't need to see your whole ass. Then they can use their power, but you can't see them through the corn. So yeah, it just depends on the killer. Almost iridescent. Ugh. It's just always up to the killer to give the last person, what is it, hatch. They don't have to do it. Sometimes I don't even think about it. I don't think I've given somebody hatch in a while, actually. I don't even remember. I'm probably going to play one more game. I have to finish painting these shoes before I get out of here. Or before the end of this week. Need to mail them out probably Saturday. I'm getting no iridescence. And I just finished all my tiramisu's. Oh, another Jake with... Is this Bat Goku? How did I end up with another game with Bat Goku? Are these the same guys? Except for the Leon. Red Wrecker and Bat Goku. Those names seem familiar. I feel like we just were in the same game. last game. The flippity flop just happened. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and continue my spiel about the military in this stream, since I'm probably gonna upload it to YouTube anyway. Alright, so the question was, you lose a lot of your life in the military, figuratively speaking. Yes, you do. You give up a lot of things, including some of your rights. A lot of people don't know that. Um, you cannot do certain things in the military. You cannot look a certain way when in the military. Those are some of the things you give up, including a good portion of your life. Yes, but that's a trade-off. You're signing a contract with anything, it's an agreement that you've already made with the military. So with those trade-offs, uh, basically I don't work. What are the trade-offs basically? So for example, I can't dye my hair pink or an unnatural color. You can, as an African American person, you can dye your hair blonde. And why can you do that? Because that is a natural hair color. Maybe not your natural hair color, but you can dye your hair, but it has to be a natural hair color. Typically, I believe that's how the regulation is written. And it can't dictate what nationalities have what natural hair colors. Redheads are a natural hair color. Brunettes are a natural hair color. Blonde is a natural hair color. So if a brunette, or typically brunette person, wants to dye their hair blonde, they can, but it cannot be a straw blonde. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a natural color. But I can't dye my hair a crazy color. Fingernail polish, your appearance. You cannot grow a beard without a waiver in the military. You have to shave every day, if typically for males. For me, being female, I only have to shave, like once a week or something like that, once a month, typically. In the winter, I do like to grow my hair on my face out. It gets cold here in where I am, so you want to keep your winter mane. But anywho, so there's certain things you can and can't do. You can protest, you can attend protests, but you can't do it in uniform because you don't speak for the military. So there are things you can and can't do. Can't say certain things when you're in the military. Like, people believe it goes against their rights, or freedom of speech, hate speech. They believe it goes against their rights when they say, you can't say that, or you can't do that. No, you can. I think a lot of people misunderstand what the First Amendment actually says and how it's written. It says Congress. That's the first word in the First Amendment. Anytime somebody says, you're going against my First Amendment rights, ask them what the first word is in the First Amendment. And the word is Congress. Congress shall make no law. Okay? So when people typically use, it's my First Amendment right to say anything, it's because they're going up against opposition. So if somebody has hate speech, and somebody says that's not okay for you to say, that's not going against their First Amendment right. If Congress made a law and they made it illegal to say certain things, then that goes against First Amendment right. So you have the right to say horrible things. In the military, not so much. So you don't have a right to be a bigot in the Army. It's those types of things, which I don't believe is... Jake, what are we doing, bro? I recognize you from the last game. What's up, brother? I don't know if this is still a killer or not. It seems like she might be, because a hag, you'd think she would have gotten some injuries or some hooks by now. She's not going after my boons. So we're going to move the boon to sort of the middle. So you give up certain things. One of the biggest things you give up, unless you're... Oh, there's an injury. There he is. One of the biggest things or issues people have in the military is the discipline aspect. Another issue, oh, there's a hook. I spoke too soon, I should have not said anything. Is you are a soldier 24/7. Or you're, whatever service member you are it for 24/7. Even after your contract's up. That's who you are. So there is no 9 to 5. There's no such thing as a 9 to 5. What are you doing? Oh, she's right behind me. So you know. What? She has the reach. I'm not going to finish that sentence, actually. Life! And I blew that lead. Blew that lead indeed. Okay. And she does pick me up. So, you are you're a service member 24/7. There's no such thing as 9 to 5 in the army or in the military at all. You are. I don't know why he dropped down when she was right there. She should have heard. They're both dropping down. She should have heard that. And now she's looking. What was the point? What was that? Alright, I'll let you hit my cheeks. A distraction attack. Alright. So she is a bit malicious. Somebody want to rub my shoulders? Anybody? Looking for a free shoulder rub? So I have worked, typically people work 8 to 9 hours. I have worked longer than that. I have done 18-hour shifts. Every month, in some units, or every other month, you have to pull staff duty, where you're working a 24-hour shift. I have worked longer than 24 hours. I've done 28-hour days. So it really can vary. Can you mind rubbing me? Okay. How about we not do that? So, not knowing how long you're going to work can upset people. You mind rubbing my shoulder, sir? Thank you. Sure, there are some units that have the typical 9 to 5, and that's usually what you want to go for. The typical 9 to 5. But there are occasions where it's normal. I was at my previous unit, it was normal for me to work a 14-hour day. That was every day. I was lucky if I worked a 10-hour day. It would have been lovely. So, different units have to do different things, and they have perhaps the personnel to do it. And that's usually very hard on folks. And while you're doing all of that, you have your job, your typical duties that you have to complete. Oh, we're about to regen ourselves. There ain't nothing up there, Bubba. I don't know where you're going. Go into the attic. Oh, he's down. Okay. Oh, she's picking him up. So you have your typical duties, and then you have other shit that you have to get done. And that's normal. You have your additional duties on top of your normal job. And that can really wear people out. Those additional duties can really, really wear you out. Because sometimes those additional duties are a full-time job in themselves. For example, being the OPSEC manager, a security manager. He needs help. Property book holder. Oh, Jesus Christ. And he just blew up my gen, bro. Come on, get it together, Jake. The stash. scoping me. Go for it, Steve. Steve? Alright, Steve. Do you, brother. She's over there. So the reason you only have to work 20 years in the military and you'll be grandfathered, or excuse me, and then you can retire is the military wears you out. It truly does. Especially depending on what units you were in and what job you have in the military. It also may be shortening your lifespan. You're putting yourself at risk a lot. I am airborne, so I'm a paratrooper. So I jumped out of perfectly good aircrafts on over 40 occasions. I've gotten in an airplane or some type of aircraft and did not land inside of it. And I've done that for several years. Hopefully it's dead. I am on death hook. What? Steve, you needed to take some heat, bro. Nobody wants to rub my shoulders. Okay. We're all fanning out. And that takes its toll on your body. That specific job. I'm staying the fuck away from her because I'm about to die. So Jake's on that door, and now Jake's down. Steve is not on the other door. Nobody is. So she's down there. I'm gonna get this one open. Oh, you're not gonna get him? She's laying down traps. I don't know why you opened the door. Okay, now. Where's Steve? Wanna get healed up, buddy? Can we get in the healing circle? There we go. You gonna go for it? Because you don't have enough time to heal me. He is. I'll try to distract her. You go get him. Oh, she's committing to me. Woo! And we are out, son. Oh, he died. Steve, you were supposed to get him. What the flip, bro? Movies? What did movies teach you? How to whack a hag with a pallet? Hey, got one. So, as a paratroopers, especially, or folks who are rangers, even medics, that takes a toll physically, mentally, and on your health. Well, which would be physical. So, mechanics, folks who work in the motor pool, being around that much equipment, the smells, the exhaust, you can't do that for an extended period of time and come out okay. It's going to take a toll to some degree. And on top of your normal duties, you have to do your annual stuff. You have to qualify on your weapon. You have to take a physical exam or a physical fitness exam, which can be semi-annually, it could be annually, it could be whatever your unit wants, but typically it's going to be an annual requirement. And you have to do it at least once a year. So that means you have to maintain a level of fitness throughout your career. And some units are require a level of physicality that can take its toll on you in the long run. Like I suggested with being a paratrooper, I jumped out of perfectly good aircrafts, which means I landed on the ground with a parachute, hopefully. Um, but that does have its toll on your body. I've jumped with somebody who had over 100 jumps. Over time, that's going to take its toll on the body. Typically, um, it's the back, knees, and perhaps ankles. Okay, let's not talk about that. uh, but it depending on what's required of you and during certain times, like when you do your contracts, typically you're at a single place or single unit for maybe 3, 4 years, maybe. Then you have to move on to another unit or even another location. Typically, a lot of times it's out of state. Some people bounce around the same installation so they don't have to move. They just go to a different unit in a post transfer. Um, I have gone from state to state to state every about 3 to 4 years or so. I've bounced around. I've been going out of country uh, as a duty position, not as a deployment. I've also gone out of country for deployments. But after a while, it takes its toll. Well, both of them dropped out. They must have been together. Maybe. Um, Another big reason why 20 years is the minimum to retire is the toll it takes on the family. Um, a lot of military folks, there are a lot of single military folks out there, but there are also a significant number of people who are in relationships or married. And if you're married, I believe the military, which is one of the perks you get, they give you extra money for the spouse because you move around so much. The military recognizes that, okay, you might need some additional funds because of you have a spouse. You're not just paying for yourself, your own sustainment. You have a spouse, and we move the service member around so much. Getting a career for the spouse can be very difficult because that spouse's career progression is halted every time you have to move out of state. So now they have to get a new job somewhere and start that process all over again. So that's one of the reasons why you get extra funds for being married. Um, but once you start having children, or even your spouse who wants a career, and you have to move to a whole new state every 3 to 4 years, that takes its toll on your relationship. But on top of that, once you start having kids, you throw them in the mix, they're going to school. And I've never seen a high school you could graduate in 3 to 4 years. So that child is also bouncing from school to school to school, away from their friends, away from, other family members, such as grandparents, aunts, uncles, things of that nature. So it also takes a toll on your family life. And a lot of spouses or family members see it as a negative. They don't see it as a bonus because some people like traveling. Um, but this is a big move. They're not traveling, they're moving. They're legitimately moving. And it's a ghost face, and somebody just got. And now I'm exposed. Ah! Yeah, I had nothing I didn't have. Oh, the pallet's way over there. I was screwed anyway. So a lot of folks pay the price when they get married or they have kids, and it's a high price to pay for a lot of people. Some people will try to stay at the same unit or installation for their kids, but not everybody can do that. Defeat just got defeated. We need a GTFO, sis. No, we're going to see what he is. Don't like that. Any boomable objects over here? Any boomable objects? So I've seen a lot of service members leave the military or ask for certain assignments for the sake of their marriage. I heard somebody. This is a Ghostface game, we're screwed. I hate going up against Ghostface. My build is not for Ghostface. Who's this? Hattie? She's probably not amused that I'm bleeding all over her chin right now. So that was a lot of downsides for being in the military. But name a job that gives you extra money for having a spouse. You know, for having a dependent. Actually, it's not because you have a spouse; it's because you have a dependent. This is the only job I've ever heard of where they do that for people because you have a kid or you have a spouse. They have dental. They have healthcare. Patty, come on, girl. Put your futuristic backpack. Use your backpack powers to heal me. Got some Neosporin in there. Grazie. So, and the other reason is job security. Yes, furloughs can happen. Furloughs mean you will work, but you won't get paid. That can happen in the military. Typically, they try to get you your money back, but there are periods of time that is possible. They've done it a few times where you're furloughed. You're expected to work, but not get paid. Hopefully he doesn't have barbecue and chili. Looks like he doesn't, because I'm not the only one sneaking around here. She's gonna go for the save. He's already on somebody. Is he staying on her or is he going after me? Stay on her. He's probably gonna get her. She's not. Oh. Does someone take a hit for her? Madam, she's being chased like right over there. But... Where are you? There she is. No, hang it forward. You're welcome. Okay, where is this sly devil? He is killing us. And she broke into him. Whoa. He just wanted to whack me. Now he's probably gonna pick her up. Got it. Kindred. Don't want to bleed all over hers. Just kicked it again. run to the boom area. This boon is paying dividends right now. Oh, and we all got exposed. He's right there. Got me through the grass. Yeah. But the Meg is on death hook, so... Best case scenario, he would have went after the Hattie. That's where, read the comment, the general whole army military thing. That's where a lot of people have issues with the discipline that's required. I'm not a fan of saluting and calling people sir or man or whomever just because they decided to become an officer. So he knows where the boon is, so we need to be more careful. And there he is. Where is he taking her? Is there a hook over here? Yeah, there's a hook right there. Nothing I can sabotage. Oh, he's probably gonna come after me. Smart. There is an ego boost with being in the military. There it is. Miss me. Miss me. Life. Oh, nobody came to get her? There we go. And he's gonna let me go. Oh, look at the regression, dude. What was even the point? It regressed to nothing. He must have called Brian or something. Pop. Very, very tired. Oh, are we about to get 3-gen? We need to not get 3-gen. All 3 of those have been untouched. And I think those are the 3 he's protecting. So we need to break this 3-gen right here. So we're gonna need... There's 1 over there, but 3 over here. So I think we might be okay as long as they don't do that one. They need to do one of these 3. Where he's controlling, so I'm going to leave that. Try to get one of these started. Oh, there you go, Hattie. Yeah, he's leaving that boom there because he knows. He just took one of us out, so I need to get healed. So if you don't mind rubbing my shoulders on this little. Let's see, he just kicked something. Grazie. So, as long as we get one of the gens done before she gets that one done, we'll be okay. We need to spread his attention out a little bit. I am extremely tired of... He's kicking the pallets, it seems. Yeah, so this end game is going to be ugly. I see you, sir. Now. I don't know if he has barbecue and chili. I don't believe he does. Let's go back to this one. Because he has a 3-gen hold right here. Yeah, he has a 3-gen hold that he doesn't want to let go of. I'm killing this gen. Staring at you, brother. Yeah, he doesn't want to let it go. Hopefully they're working on that one. But this one's occupying a lot of space in his mind. So we're going to continue to do that. Because he's not committing at all. I was looking at him. How did he do this? Not the magic of his face. And I'm on death hook, so I'm out. And they're taking... I don't know what they were doing this whole time. One of those gens should have popped by now. So I'm out. I was trying to waste some time. I don't know how he got that with me looking at him. It's very tiring being in the military. It's extremely tiring. Especially the higher you climb the ranks, the more of the politicking, the personalities you have to deal with. That's also one of the issues. But also, it could also be a benefit. It's the attitudes, and different people that you come across. Some people make lifelong friends or career-long friends. You bump into people that you know over the course of years. You can go to school or training with somebody, and even 10 years later, you bump into them down the line. It happens. And they can be very pleasant people, and there can be some very unpleasant people, and you may have to go through some very unpleasant circumstances and situations. I don't know why she's hanging on. I don't think defeat's gonna... Yeah, she's going for her. Yeah, there are only 2 people left. She's going for her. Alright. And she got exposed for it. This is only her second hook. Who's he going for? He is going for her. So the unpleasant people can really wear your patience thin. What few brain cells you have left, very thin. Sometimes there are grown individuals who don't seem to act like grown individuals. Sometimes it feels like you're babysitting some folks. Sometimes you can be taken advantage of by your superiors, who try to push their work off on you, especially if you show to yourself to be a competent person. There can be ramifications for being a competent person. Because you're competent, some people will give you more things to do because you've shown that you get things done. So while you're making progress, maybe 2-3 times more progress than your counterparts who are just, doing the bare minimum, and all you get is maybe a shiny coin. But everybody gets glowing reviews in the end for their career progression. Some people who are just straight up douchebags get glowing reviews, or they're allowed to get away with it because your superiors don't want to deal with the paperwork, or some commanders don't want that black eye in their unit by doing the paperwork, because you're showing paperwork goes up the ranks, and they're like, okay, this person needs to be removed from the military because they have behavior issues, because they can't seem to not be a douchebag. And some commanders are like, I don't want to show my superiors that I have issues with keeping my soldiers in line, so this person's about to go to their next duty station, their contract's about to be over, or they're about to leave my unit, so I'll just let them leave my unit, and then he's somebody else's problem. I've seen that. So you can get tired of a lot of things in a lot of different situations in the military. Egos are one of my pet peeves. I do not like the fact that you have to just salute and say yes ma'am and yes sir to people that you've been in the military longer than many of them. Um, there's a very fuzzy gray line between certain ranks and certain commissioned or non-commissioned individuals. If you're a commissioned officer, you get paid a lot more than non-commissioned officers, only because you decided to be commissioned. And does that make you better than the non-commissioned officers? No. You just went a different career track. That's it. So, and a lot of commissioned officers who non-commissioned officers have to salute because tradition dictates it, and the army dictates it, the military in general dictates it. Uh, some of them can grow to have a chip on their shoulder or have an ego that's inflated. So it can cause problems. And sometimes it's just people's personalities that just you may find grating. Some people are annoying. Some people are inept. Some people are just, like I said, straight up douchebags. It happens, and you have to deal with it to a certain degree, depending on what they're doing and saying. And some people are just downright malicious. Um, the military in general, like you probably see in politics, is a pendulum swing. It swings from one extreme to the other. There's no middle. There's no happy gray area. For example, sexual harassment. Sexual harassment and sexual assault in the military is a problem. It has been a significant problem. But the pendulum has swung to the extremes. You probably saw a lot of reporting and movies where military folks were very disrespectful to females, especially I think a few years ago with the ranger situation where females were being allowed to become rangers. That kicked up a lot of misogyny and sexism. A lot of people had opinions about it. That's always been there. It's kind of like how racism is being kicked up in America right now. I think in 2013, Trump was in office, but it hasn't reached the level that it used to, that it has now. The issues of racism hasn't reached the level that it is now, or at least in public. If you're a person of color, you know, as well as I know, that racism has always been an issue in America. But in 2013, was it not 2013? It was 2016, excuse me. Trump was in office. 2016, I think it was. He just was in office. Um, I had a conversation. So I'm a person of color and female. I had a conversation with someone who is white, blonde hair, blue eyes, and male. And this is 2016. And this individual had the gumption, the audacity, and the unmitigated gall. He meant well. He's one of those guys who are just ignorant to situations because he's not a person of color and he's not female. So he's white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired male. And he had the unmitigated gall to tell me that racism no longer was an issue in America. This is 2016, mind you. We now know that that was clearly a falsehood. Because of what he's been exposed to and where he's from. Oh, what? What? My lady? My lady, you were playing nurse. How did this happen? You had us dead to rights. We weren't probably going to make it out of this game. How did this happen? Why did you quit? Maybe her internet dropped. Because I think my internet dropped for a second, so maybe her internet dropped. How did I get less than Claudette? What was Claudette doing? How did she earn that? Yeah, I don't think this person meant quit. I don't think she meant to. Something happened with their internet connection. I hate it when that happens. So 2016, I'm having a conversation with a Caucasian male, blonde, blue eyes, and that plays a part because you have somebody that's probably on the least part of the spectrum to experience racism. Now, I'm going to make a statement. Everybody can experience racism. I've met racist black people. Everybody can experience racism, but it's on a scale. He is on the lesser end of it. It is unlikely, the probability, on the scale of probability, he is the most improbable person to experience any form of an ism because he's male. He has blonde hair. He has blue eyes. And he's white. So, with those powers combined, you will not bump into Captain Racism in the on the probability scale. He's on the lesser end of it. Now you take somebody who is an immigrant from Africa. I've worked with some folks from Nigeria who are Nigerian immigrants, um, and they joined the U.S. Army. You take someone from that spectrum. They have an accent, a very strong accent. They are of darker color, darker shade of brown. They're clearly an immigrant or someone who was not born here. You take those powers combined, and they are likely to experience some form of racism. Take a Muslim person during in the past, 20 years, you take a Muslim during the past 20, I would say, maybe like 5 years ago, between 2002, because even before the World Trade Organization, or excuse me, the World Trade Center was attacked, Muslims were attacked in America. Just not to the greater extent that it is or has been 5 years ago, and they're still getting attacked. So I bumped into a lot. You're exposed to a lot of different people when in the military. I came from a certain background. He came from a certain background, and what I've noticed in the military, when you mix us together, I've served with people who have never been around black people. And I believe he's one of them, or he was one of them in 2016 because he made that statement. Anybody who's around black people on a normal basis for a number of years would have never made that statement. Just being around other people of color, or maybe he's just not very astute or aware of his surroundings, because you can pick up on how you're treated as a Caucasian person and how other folks are treated as people of color. If you're aware and you just watch people, sometimes you could pick that up. But just not being a person of color, you cannot experience what a person of color experiences. You should not speak on what people of color experience. And unfortunately, in America, well, not unfortunately, it's just a fact, Caucasian people make up the majority of America. People who would check the block as white. People who have immigrated from Canada, the UK, Australia, the Caucasus, Russia, the Caucasus, which people can't even point to on a map, which was probably their point of origin for many Americans. And the primary makeup of America is white. So when the majority is white, they don't see through minority eyes. That was his situation. He had the audacity to unmitigate a call to say, in 2016, what, madam? In 2016, he believed that racism didn't exist because he wasn't exposed to it. It wasn't against him. Shucks. How did you miss that? You are missing all of these, sir. His aim is worse than Barry Bonds. What are you doing? Pallet? Oh, I should have given him a pallet. That was weird. So, how did you die to this guy? Madam? Where are you? Oh, you got hit. Alright, that's fine. Oh, now you're down. Now I judge you. Now I'm judging you. How did you go down against this guy? I didn't throw a single pallet. So everybody's understanding of the world is based off of probably where they come from, especially at a younger age. That's all you know. Though in 2016, everything was different. Even the internet has changed over the course of years. Media has changed. So again, 2016 was a very different time than it is now. But even still, to make a statement like that was clearly tone deaf on his part. Very ignorant on his part to not realize I'm not someone who would experience that. Why is she still running? Did we have to go all the way to the tree? Okay, go ahead and use up... You had me right here, but use up your kit. That sounds like a good idea. You just use up your kit. Even though you had a perfectly good pair of hands that was willing to rub your shoulders right in front of you. Uh-oh, I don't even know if I'm still broadcasting. I'm getting an error. But I'm still going to keep talking. I'll talk to myself. I do it all the time. It's fine. So, your interpretation of the world can be very different. I think I would have loved to speak to him, or spoken to him, after January 6th. Because January 6th, there are good and bad things that happen because of Trump. What I would say is it exposed a lot. It revealed to the other majority of America what America actually looks like. Because they believed one thing, but in reality it was something very different. Right, not getting anywhere. There's a hook like right there. But it exposed a lot of people, and there goes my boom. It exposed a lot of people, one, for what they truly were, and two, what America actually looks like. You're not going after my boom? Where you at, brother? I was right there, bro. Alright. Because I'm pretty sure he now realized, that he was wrong. So I think it was very important for the majority of people to see that the other side of America actually still exists, and what America actually looks like. I think that peeled away some of that facade for many of them. That these cowards would love to wear their pointy white hoods, which looks like a hat made out of toilet paper. And I'm going to second stage now. She just made it. I have a boon up. You can heal me in like 5 seconds. But... Madam? Becca! 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 This... I'm just watching you duck walk away. Okay, there's somebody over there that might help me. Because it ain't gonna be her. Can you rub my shoulders, please? And the killer's coming. And Becca got bitch slapped for her behavior. That's what you get, Becca. That's what you get. Sadly to say, some of the people that do believe in that January 6th shit, that's how we'll put it, are in the military. I've come across them. I wanted to go to a gun show that was, at the time, called Fort Bragg. It's coming. Do you want me to take a hit for you? Oh, he does need somebody to take a hit for him. I tried to take a hit for him. Try to get him out of the area. Again, horrible aim. I'll take that thing. Still got the hit. I'm zipping to nowhere. Oh, that slows me down super bad. But I got him in the boonies a little bit. And the hook's right there, though. So at the time I was at Fort Bragg, now called Fort Liberty, because they finally realized that naming a military installation after a Confederate soldier is probably not a good idea. They changed the name in 2023 to about 5 to 10 installations that were named after Confederates. Terrible people. People who have done terrible things who actually fought against the country. But what I also find interesting about the January 6ers is that the people who scream that they're patriots and want freedom the most or the loudest are typically the ones who don't believe it. Rub my shoulders. We're in the circle. Oh, thank you, sir. You snuck up on me with your yellow hands. I didn't know if you sneezed and needed a Kleenex or something. I wasn't sure. What's going on behind your head? Oh, there's a killer. Nope, you're going down that way. That works for me. Typically the people who scream about freedom and all this other shit are the ones who don't believe in it. Or believe in it the least. And some of those people are in the military. At Bragg, I bumped into a bunch of skinheads. I wanted to go to a gun show, but it was not safe for me to do so because it was frequented by skinheads, by white nationalists. Oh, she's already off. These people exist. They're in the military, and I've come across some of them. Do I feel comfortable holding an M4 with rounds, with live ammunition, with them at my side? No. Some of those friendly fires aren't as accidental as some people like to think they are. These people exist. They're out there, and they're in the military. I mean, the military is 1% of the population, so you got some terrible people in the military. Sexual harassment, sexual assault ran rampant in the military. The military has training that says sexual assault and sexual harassment are bad. If you see it, report it. That does not stem the problem. That training did not stop it. Nothing will stop it. Did it reduce it? I don't know. He is on death row. Can I finish this gen? Oh, yeah, he was far away. There was no way I was going to be able to save him. Case right there, though. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's right over there. Now he's coming my way. Oh, shucks, girl. So I've been exposed to white nationalists. I've also been exposed to very lovely people. Hopefully he doesn't hear the shots. Looks like he didn't, and it's another flipping. Come to the circle. Come to the circle. 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 Damn it, Michaela. You foolish mortal. You better have resilience to explain this behavior. I shall take aggro. And I shall also leave the pallet. Because you are now on death loop. Oh, wait, so am I. Shit. But it looks like he won't leave that area. And she got. Okay, where's the hook? And I sabotaged. Oh, he's taking her to that one. Come to this pallet. Oh, shit, I think we have to sabotage that. Ooh, he holed himself. Nice. He holed himself. She's on this door. And of course, then Becca of all people makes it out. And she's still not going to heal me, even though we're in a circle. Nice hat. Any iridescence? None? I made it. Oh wait, I got them twice. Fuzzy biscuits. Fuzzy biscuits. Yeah, good thing they got their barbecue invitations. That was a very low scoring game for us though. So he did have Pop, Nurse is Calling, Bitter, and Fearmonger. What did Cheryl have? I'm calling her Rebecca. Her name's Cheryl. I always forget. I always want to call her Rebecca Chambers or something. I don't know why. Cheryl. Urban Evasion, Deliverance, Self-Care, and Repressed Alliance. Cheryl. Gotta remember that. This is Cheryl. But I think that's enough military talk. I'm leaving the military. Well, not really. Separating from active duty anyway. Deciding what my future looks like. Do I want to actually separate from active duty? Do I want to go reserve? National Guard? Don't know. To each their own.
Oh,